yes, the sugar cravings are crazy, and they kind of happen for a number of reasons. One of the main reasons is that whenever we sort of all have like this baseline of our sugar levels, right, within our body. And anytime we eat something that's really sugary, they spike up really high. And then our body goes, oh no, that's too much sugar. It freaks out and it sends insulin, right, to bring those levels down. But when our insulin is all out of whack, our response, and when we get really overweight, we can pretty much just guarantee that it is out of whack. Okay. So then it puts out too much insulin. And so then that brings it way down below baseline. And when you get below baseline, your body freaks out again. And it's like, oh my gosh, we've got to have sugar right now. We can't function without it. So then it sends you these cravings and these intense feelings, and they're really hard to overcome because it is literally your body, which is like riding your like thinking, good decision making brain. So that's one of the reasons why the low glycemic diet really helps, because we have low rises, not those big spikes when we eat low glycemic. Another reason is that when we've been eating in that yucky way for so long, eating all those sugary foods and stuff, we have become literally physically addicted to the feel-good feelings that go off in our brains when we eat those really unhealthy things, many of which are literally engineered by those food scientists to make us want more, to make us crave more. It causes like firings in our brain that tells us how delicious and fabulous it is, when in reality it's actually not. It's just literally chemicals. So we're sort of addicted to that. So when we don't eat it and then we eat it again, at first, maybe we can get to where we can do it over time. We can make changes about that. But in the beginning, particularly when we're trying to come off of those things, when we eat them again, we're like, oh, I got that feeling. I love this. I love this. And so our brain, it loves those feelings. Anything that makes it goes, pew, 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 happy, happy. It wants that stuff again. So it again starts to tell us that we want the food. So as we kind of detox and get those things out of our system, our body begins to come into balance so that it doesn't need and want all of those things. It helps us to be able to respond better over time, but it takes a little while. And another reason why we can have those strong sugar cravings is because we have become emotional eaters. And so when we use our food to regulate our emotions, to push down those unpleasant feelings or to distract ourselves from those feelings, if you're like me, I became really good at using food to regulate my emotions. So whenever I'm feeling stressed or I'm feeling lonely or any feeling that I really don't want to feel at all, my brain says, I got a great idea how to distract us. Quick, eat something. So those are all reasons why the sugar cravings can really get you when you go back. So if we go and our brain goes, oh yes, we like how this feels. So it just sort of like re-triggers those things. So that's why it's like best, if you can, to try to stick with that low glycemic. Don't raise, right? Don't make those big spikes so that you get that big response from your body. And that is what really helps me. So that's why I try to stay low glycemic. Now that my body's in better balance, I have been able to eat. So to give you hope, after several months of being really strict and just really trying to do this, I felt like my body came into balance. And since then, there have been days when I was able to do what I have never been able to do before, which was I'm somewhere and I ate something. Like I had a funnel cake at the fair. Before, that would have been a 3-week binge, or maybe a 3-month binge. And instead it was one day and I ate it, and I couldn't even eat it all because I was like, whoa, this is so sugary after having been off. And then the next day I was able to just get right back on and do what I was supposed to do. So it does get better, but they are like an issue and a problem. So I hope this is helpful. Sorry it took me so long to respond. Anyway,